As service organizations go, 25 years is a major, major milestone.
If CAPACOA were not there, it would have to be created.
It's the things that aren't changing that are as exciting as the things that are evolving at CAPACOA.
CAPACOA is an extraordinary convening agent in the country in a field that's critical to the health of the arts ecology.
One of the things that most impressed me early on with my experience with the CAPACOA members was the passion about creating a country.
CAPACOA was born because presenters from across the country were looking for a Canadian place to be able to network together. Prior to that, they used to have to go to the United States to conferences there. That just didn't make sense.
The genesis of the idea for CAPACOA happened in New York City. Major Canadian presenters also used to go to this conference. The spring of 1984, the touring office of the Canada Council convened a meeting of a number of us who had been talking about this notion of a Canadian association. It was during the regional booking conference that happens in Alberta every year, which was going on in Edmonton, which is where I was living at the time. And we sat down at this meeting. There were about 15 of us, and most of those people ended up being on the founding board of directors. Alberta was the first province to establish a Ministry of Culture, and Peter was a staunch supporter of the arts. They thought that the notion of CAPACOA was so exciting. They not only jumped at it, they offered us a huge financial incentive to do it.
So it's all about relationship building, and really, that's what CAPACOA is.
Pour presque 20 ans là, que je travaille dans CAPACOA, j'ai vraiment trouvé au commencement, avec cette conférence, premièrement, les murs ont tombé pour moi.
And it's really also given me an insight into national policy and the things that are happening nationally in terms of governments and national trends that I wouldn't as easily be able to connect to through my regional association.
I think the arts are more effective in getting their message across when they work together and they have a few strong, simple messages. And CAPACOA has played a very good role in that all along and is doing so very well right now.
The first thing that we talked about was the servicing of the professional presenter.
They're business people, they're entrepreneurs, they're risk takers, they're teachers, they're mediators, cultural mediation, they're community builders, and I think increasingly at the Canada Council, we're beginning to value more the developmental role of presenters than we did in the past.
Il est évident que la profession de diffuseur est une très jeune profession. Ça fait une trentaine d'années que ça se développe au Québec et au Canada. Et donc, c'est très important pour notre milieu de bien faire connaître son travail et de bien faire comprendre l'importance qu'ont les diffuseurs dans toute la chaîne, création, production, diffusion, médiation avec les publics.
It's industry language, the terminology to a certain extent, and we're really trying to bring the concept into the mainstream so that when people think of the people who make up their community, they think doctor, lawyer, plumber, electrician, presenter.
A number of people have referred to the presenting field in Canada as sort of the community of communities, and I think that that really is an imperative that we have to appreciate and understand on a go-forward basis. And one of the neat things as I think back about my time on the CAPACOA board, we were constantly asking ourselves what was going to be happening tomorrow. And I think as long as CAPACOA continues to do that, it will continue to play a vital role for the presenters and most importantly for the communities that they represent across the country.
I think to a large degree, CAPACOA has been a principal agent in the professionalization of presenters in this country. They haven't done this alone. There are other partners, especially funding partners, who have been critical to this. But it's hard to imagine that Canada could have evolved such a deep and broad professional cadre of practitioners in this field without the presence and the active engagement of CAPACOA.
I went to my very first CAPACOA conference just months after I started here at the Fredericton Playhouse, and for me, I found a community of people who were doing what I do, and in my city in Fredericton, I didn't have anyone locally I could turn to, and so I found a community of people there who I was able to share my experience with and to share best practices.
Je connais dans tout le Canada, sinon dans tout l'Occident en ce moment, il y a un changement de génération important. Il y a cette profession donc qui est toute jeune, sur laquelle les processus, les procédures, les façons de faire ne sont pas toujours très documentées, qu'il faut transmettre. Et en ce sens-là, on a à travailler ensemble à mieux baliser la transmission de ces expertises-là si on ne veut pas qu'elles se perdent.
It's a launching pad for careers.
It was all about serving the presenters and serving the artists. And I think, honestly, we were putting the artists first.
When you're looking across Canada in this vast country where there are theaters in most every community, and some are 150 seats, some are 3,000 seats, and it's hard to know what each one of those performing arts centers might be looking for. Well, CAPACOA as an organization can help lead you through that.
One of the really great things that CAPACOA has been able to help to bring along through the years is varying kinds of internship programs or mentorship programs. For a long time, in more recent years, they have this wonderful program, the TSB program, that's managed by Aaron Barnhart, that is quite wonderful and lovely.
And the purpose of the succession plan program is to provide a mechanism for emerging and mid-career professionals to hone their skills, to work one-on-one with a mentor, to build a national network of peers across artistic disciplines, and for all of the communities to convene a conversation about succession planning, about the new realities of working in the arts, and to really tap into the expertise that exists in the performing arts community.
CAPACOA a été longtemps dirigé par son fondateur, ce qui était tout à fait intéressant. La stabilité, c'est pas toujours évident dans nos organismes culturels, qui a eu la sagesse de laisser sa place à un certain moment. Et l'arrivée d'Erin Benjamin est aussi quelque chose de déterminant, je pense, dans l'histoire de CAPACOA.
So happy 25th anniversary, enjoy it and celebrate, and here's to the next 25.
Félicitations CAPACOA.
Congratulations. Hopefully you'll have 25 more years of great success.
Félicitations à CAPACOA pour votre 25e anniversaire. Bravo!
Congratulations CAPACOA. Félicitations CAPACOA.
Bravo CAPACOA. Congratulations on turning 25.
Pour 25 ans, félicitations CAPACOA et tous les membres, et j'espère de vous voir dans un autre 25 ans. Merci.
Congratulations, félicitations.
Je veux souhaiter un bon 25e anniversaire à CAPACOA et à sa petite équipe qui fait de grandes choses.
I miss all of those people at CAPACOA, and I hope you guys have a great 25th anniversary.
The whole point of the work that we do is to change the lives of Canadians, one show at a time.